Good morning, Anandal. I am Veerabhadra Rao, Assistant Professor, IT Department. Today we will discuss on Python programming. The topics are lambdas and generators. I am from VNR VJET. So coming to the practice notes, let me show you the lambdas. What is lambda is? Lambda functions are small anomalous functions, meaning they do not have denied name. These are small and short-lived functions that is useful for printing the lambda functions. So here if you see, here we have taken some string into the A. We are converting the string into uppercase. Upper is equal to lambda. X is the input. X dot upper is the function. So we are printing the uppercase of the string. A is the string and then lambda is the keyword. X is the output. X dot upper is the output we are getting. Upper A. So we are getting the output of the string. A stores the string of VNR VJIT. Upper is the lambda function that takes an argument X and returns X dot upper. Upper applies the lambda to A, converting it to the uppercase. Coming to the functionality, see here, function name is A. A is the function name here. Lambda is the keyword. X is the argument or the input we are taking. And we are converting this to the expression. X power 2 is the expression we are converting. X is the input. This is the output we are getting. Function name A stores the lambda function. So it reads reused latter and lambda is the keyword. Argument X is input or output. And we are converting that to the expression. These are the use cases of lambda function. The first use case will be using with condition checking. We are checking the functions with lambda. Lambda function uses conditional expressions. If else, it will result the condition. See here, we are checking a number is positive or negative, else we are returning 0. We are taking the inputs as 5, -3, 0. 5 is the positive number, so we are returning positive. Negative is the -3. -3 is the negative number, we are returning negative. 0, we are returning 0. Check is the function name. Lambda is the keyword. X is the input. 5 -3 0 here. And then we are returning the number is positive or negative or 0. Lambda function takes X as the input. This is the input we are taking. And then it uses nested statements also. This is the nested statement. See here, if else is the nested statement. Here if else. If X is greater than 0, then that is positive. If it is less than 0, negative. If that is not satisfying the both conditions, then it is returning 0. This is one of the output returning the number is positive or negative. Coming to the other case, here the number is even or odd. Check is the function name. Lambda is the keyword. X is the input number we are giving, even or odd. So we are inputting the number as 4 or 7. 4 is the even number and 7 is the odd number. If X is dividing with 2, then it is even number. If it is not dividing with 2, then we are returning odd number. Lambda checks if number is divisible by 2 or not. It returns even or odd function. Second use case is by list comprehension. We are returning here the list of numbers. Function is the keyword, function, and then lambda is the keyword, argument X, and dividing the argument with 10. The range we are taking here is 1 to 4 numbers. 1 to 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we are multiplying the numbers with 10 and returning the numbers. So these are the output numbers we are showing here. Input numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4. The range from 1 to 4. Then we are printing 1 to 4 numbers, 10, 20, 30, 40. By multiplying the arguments with 10, we are returning 1 to 4 numbers, 10 to 40. The lambda function multiplies each element by 10. List comprehension iterates through range of 1 to 4 numbers. Next use case will be returning multiple results. So here the arguments will be 3 and 4. We are adding the numbers and multiplying the numbers here. Calculation is the function name. Lambda is the keyword. X comma y are the input values. 3 comma 4 we are giving to the calculation method, and then x plus 5. So these are the tuple of values we are returning. X plus 5, 3 plus 4, 7, and then 3 into 4 multiplication. This tuple of numbers, this lambda is returning the addition of numbers and then multiplication of two numbers. This is the use case of returning multiple results in tuple. Lambda function performs both addition and multiplication, and it returns tuple with both results. Other use case here we are returning is using filter. Here C is the array of numbers 1 to 6. Here we are returning the numbers of even numbers, that is the numbers of even. Lambda is the keyword. Filter we are using here. Even is the function name. 1 to 6 numbers we are taking, and then we are returning the even numbers here. Lambda function checks if a number is even or, and it is returning the even numbers into a list, or array. Other use case is using map. Map function applies a lambda function to each number and returns map object. The input will be 1 to 4. Double is the function name. Map, lambda is the keyword. X is here the input numbers. 1 by 1 it will take 1, and multiplying the 1 with 2. Next iteration it will take 2. Next iteration 3 and 4. Then multiplying the list of numbers and showing the numbers into an array. Lambda function doubles each number and it will show into an array. Map iterates through A and applies the transformation here. The input array we are taking is 1 to 4, and then output array will be 2 to 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. This is one of the use case using map function. The next use case we will see here is using reduce. We are reducing the some array or list of values into one value. So this is the use case of reduce. Reduce function repeatedly applies lambda function and it will reduce it to the single result. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, and then it is reducing that to the one single number. So that is we are multiplying the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 multiplies 2, 3, 4. The 4 numbers multiplication will be 24. Here we are reducing the numbers to single number. Lambda multiplies 2 numbers at a time and reducing that to one number. Coming to the generators. Generators in Python, a generator function is a special type of function that returns an iterator object instead of using return to send back a single value. Here we will see one of the function is max. Here the generator will return the sequence of values. Generator will return the sequence of values from 1 to 5. Here in function we gave 5 is the number. 5 is the input. It will go here from count 1 to the max 5 number. It will generate the number of values by incrementing it to the 1. Increment it to the 1. Yield is the return statement we are using here. So 1 by 1 it will increment the count and return that value and printing here. Here we are using for loop 5. So 5 from 1 to 5 values we are returning and printing in using generator. This is one of the function returning the values from 1 to 5 using generator. Coming to what is the need of generators. Generators are memory efficient, so it will handle large number of results or infinite results, no list overhead. So we are using yield for list overhead. Here no list overhead will be there, and lazy evaluation will be there for memory usage. This will improve the performance. Supporting infinite number of sequences. It will so the generators will support infinite number of sequences. It is ideal for generating unbound data. Pipeline processing, chain generators to process data in stages efficiently. How to create generators? We will see the syntax of generators. Okay, creating a generator in Python is simple, as simple of this, and also here is the function name. Generator function name will be given here. The parameters. Yield is similar to return function, and it will return the values after evaluating some expression. This is the syntax of our generator. Here what we are doing is, using yield we are returning the numbers. We will create a simple generator here, and that will yield 3 integers. Then we will print the numbers in Python loop. Here function is the keyword, function is the loop. It will call this function, and also we are returning and printing the values from 1 to 3. Just we will see here what is the comparison of yield and return. Yield is used in generator functions, and it will return the sequence of numbers. Return is a keyword, just it will exit the function. So here we will see one of the example of using return. We will return the values after addition here. 1 plus 2 plus 3. After addition we will return the number after addition. 6 is the number after addition. Here is the generator expression. Generator expressions are it is the way of creating generators, and it will return the sequence of numbers efficiently. Generator is a memory efficient expressions we will use for returning sequence of numbers. Here we are taking the range from 1 to 5, and then we are square rooting every number and printing one by one value using for loop. We are taking range from 1 to 5. We are square rooting 1 into 1 square root 1, 2 square root 2, 3 square root 2, 4 square root of 2, 5 square root of 2. These are the numbers square rooting from 1 to 5, and we are printing here the square root of numbers from 1 to 5. In this example, we create a generator object and returning 1 to 5 values. These are some of the applications of generator. Generators are especially useful for processing large data files and logs, handling data in small parts. While iterating the tasks, this is a quicker way of generating the inputs. Okay, coming to few functionalities and examples of generators and lambdas. Here if you see, this is one of the example of accepting 2 lists and return the values in Celsius and Fahrenheit of lambda values. Here we are taking Fahrenheit of values, that is 32, 68, 77 and 104, and calculus Celsius is 0, 20, 25 and 40, and we are printing Fahrenheit to, we are converting Fahrenheit to Celsius and then converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. Here the logic we have used are map lambda f minus 32 5 by 9 and then c multiplication of 9 by 5 and then addition that to the 32, converting Fahrenheit to Celsius and then Celsius to Fahrenheit. This is example, taking the Fahrenheit of array, Celsius of array, converting both values to the Fahrenheit to the Celsius and then Celsius to Fahrenheit. This is the example for showing. Here we are using lambda functions. Coming to the second one, this is the Fibonacci series generating the number of 10 numbers. So the sequence we have taken is 0, 1, 1, 2, 3 up to 34 values. We are printing the even Fibonacci terms also, and we have generated here the 10 Fibonacci numbers. Here we have generated 10 numbers using lambda. Enter the numbers. So if I execute here, we are entering the number from where we want the sequence of values. Here we have given the input sequence, that is 10 Fibonacci values. For example, if I give 15 as the input, then we will generate the values Fibonacci series up to 15 values here. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, so on, Fibonacci numbers up to 377, the 15 values. Even Fibonacci terms also we are printing here. 1, 2, 8, 34, 144. These are some of the even numbers in the Fibonacci series. This is the example. Using lambda, we are generating the terms. Top 15 we have generated. Previously we have shown 10 numbers. These are the even Fibonacci numbers in our Fibonacci sequence. This is the example showing Fibonacci sequence using lambda. Coming to the next example, this is an example of we are taking drive input file and then how many rows in the file. How many rows in the file we are showing here. The file consisting of 4 rows. This is taking the drive. We are mounting the drive and then taking one of the file, text file from the drive and then reading the lines of file. We are reading the lines of file and then we are printing how many rows in the file. We are having 4 rows in the file. Reading the file lines and incrementing the count, printing the how many lines in the file. The file consisting of 4 rows here. Reading the file and then printing the lines in the printing how many lines in the file. This is the example showing how many lines in the how many rows in the file using generators. Using yield. Using yield, we are reading the file lines and outputting the rows of the file. Here we are finding sum of the squares of 1 to 5 numbers. We are inputting one of the number. Here we are finding the sum of squares of 1 to n numbers using generator expressions. For example, if I give 7, so 1 to 7 numbers and we are square rooting those numbers. 1 square addition plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus up to 7 square. We are inputting a number and then square rooting those numbers and adding one by one and printing the square root of numbers. This is the output. This is the generator function. Output square root of numbers. So now we have discussed lambdas and generators of Python. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.